Why I'm not a feminist. So the first reason would be that I refuse to be a victim. And feminism is a modern victims complex. Basically, feminists still believe that women are oppressed. There is no invisible patriarchy keeping us down. Men don't have super secret patriarchy meetings where they all conspire to keep women down. It's just not true. Just take a look at the media. We are getting bombarded by these messages that women are strong, women are empowered, all women movies. Feminists are at the UN and they are on the Twitter Trust and Safety Council. These feminists get such special treatment and have such big voices in society today, so I don't understand how they could be saying they are oppressed. You're not oppressed. Women have the same opportunities of men now. It's just time to face the facts. If there was an invisible patriarchy, they would be doing a pretty terrible job at it.
You're all fired. All four are fired.
Also, a lot of feminists say that women are strong and independent and we're awesome, we're powerful, and we're just as amazing as men. But at the same time, they want women to be shielded from any type of criticism, any sort of insult. They think it's just wrong. They just want women to be treated like these special victim snowflakes, when at the same time, they say that women are super strong and empowered. You have these two opposing views at the same time. Like, your movement doesn't make any sense. They say they want women to be heard, but they only want one type of ideology to be heard. That's the leftist feminist ideology. If you are a woman who's conservative, they will want you to shut the F up. They don't care about your opinion. They don't care about your voice. They don't care about actual women's opinions. They don't care about actual women's voices. They only care about certain women's voices, and those are usually on the left. Another reason I'm not a feminist is that I don't deny the biological differences between men and women. Men provide for their family, so they want to do great in their jobs. Women, on the other hand, are super nurturing. They care more about their family and friends. They make different choices in the workplace, thus they get paid differently, which is a whole nother story. Do not deny that there are biological differences between men and women. I feel like feminists are pushing for men to be these feminized creatures, which is not attractive. Feminists really push for women to be men, and they came up with this whole vast beauty conspiracy that this is all just like marketing people that want women to look beautiful, and all these beauty standards are set by men and they're just so unobtainable, and that's part of our oppression nowadays, basically, is these beauty standards are just so oppressive. Just shaving, putting on makeup, basic hygiene, grooming is just such oppression, guys. I just want to do whatever, and I want you to be forced to call me beautiful. No, it's not going to happen. Women like dressing feminine and girly and being pretty, as you can see. Everywhere from Instagram to YouTube, like, women watch makeup channels, they watch fashion channels, they watch beauty channels, and guys watch gaming channels and other channels. I'm not a guy, but we have different interests as men and women, and it's not because we're socialized that way. I think we're just naturally drawn towards different things. For the most part, of course, there are some exceptions, but for the most part, we are drawn to certain things because of our gender. Whew, that's triggering. And they promote bullshit, that you can be fat and happy, that you can go out shit-faced drunk and not have to worry about yourself not getting raped because, you know, we live in this mythical world with rainbows and unicorns, but we don't. We need to take precautions if we are going to be going out. Need to realize that fat is not equal to health, and we need to focus on our health and our safety. This ideology is completely toxic. It's just such lies. Speaking of lies, it is based on lies. Feminism is based on lies, like the wage gap, like rape culture. The wage gap, I mean, there's like 1,000 trillion videos about the wage gap. I don't even have to go in a long thing about it. I don't want to. But basically, it's because of the hours worked and the different choices that women make less. It's not because of discrimination in the workplace. There was a law passed called the Equal Pay Act, which doesn't allow gender discrimination in the workplace, so that is illegal. Rape culture is a complete and utter myth. I actually have a story about this one. In college, I actually was in a sorority and we had someone come to see us, and it was super dramatic, and they told us about rape culture. They told us that 1 in 3 or 1 in 4, I don't remember the statistic, it always changes, who knows, but they either told us 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 of us were going to get raped. And they basically did the thing where they go, look to your left, look to your right. Now one of these women is going to be raped. It was just like for shock value, and the funny thing about it was they didn't really give us any solutions to these issues. It was kind of just an alarmist, fear-mongering presentation, like you should just be worried about rape. Rape, rape, rape. Rape is everywhere on college campuses. And, you know, at that time, I actually did believe it. So I was kind of looking for these things. And another thing was that they actually changed the definition of rape from what I knew before that presentation. In that presentation, they told us that rape was any time a woman was drunk whatsoever, then she's not able to consent. So that means it's rape. So you had a group of sorority girls going out, and pretty much a good number thought they were raped after that, because they just changed the definition of rape without giving us any solutions to prevent any rapes. So it's super dangerous. And after that, in college in general, just from watching so much mainstream media, I had just such toxic viewpoints about men that this did affect me. And I don't think it's right to be telling women all these lies. It's just making them hate men, and it's making it harder for them to have actual good relationships. And the funny thing is, I don't think feminists actually care about women. If they cared about women, they would be teaching them to take precautions to prevent rape. Feminists don't actually care about women. They just want to demonize men, and that's what they do with this whole rape culture thing. They don't tell women to take precautions. They don't tell them to not get shit-faced drunk with strangers at night, to maybe not go wearing super provocative clothing, to get rape whistles and pepper spray. They don't tell us to do any of those things. They just tell us, yeah, well, men just shouldn't rape. It's always their fault. But no, we should be telling women to take precautions. This is really hurting women. We don't live in this world that's rainbows and unicorns. We need to take precautions, and I don't think we should be putting ourselves in these situations as women where they are scary and we could potentially get raped. And that's not victim blaming, that is just taking precautions. Basically, they just use these rape stories to promote their political agenda, and it's just disgusting. One really funny quote I heard from a feminist was, rape is as American as apple pie. Really? Rape is as American as apple pie. Are you freaking kidding me? How crazy do you have to be to actually believe that? Like, do you actually believe that men like go into secret meetings, have secret clubs where they talk about rape? Or whenever there's like a rapist on TV, they like high five, oh, that was a good rape. No, like, we don't live in a culture that promotes rape. We do not live in a culture that loves rapists. We hate rapists. Everyone hates rapists. Why am I even talking about this? Like, I can't believe I have to say this. Nobody likes rapists. We don't live in a rape culture. End of story. Rapists are prosecuted, but evidence is needed. We have innocent until proven guilty in our justice system, and that is just how it works. And they try to make this into a whole victim blaming scenario. But that's just how it is. You can't just say someone raped you and can't just be believed outright, because there are a lot of instances where women lie to possibly be spiteful. There does need to be a lot of evidence to persecute the rapist, and that's just how our justice system works, or else there would be a lot of innocent people in jail. And we are not oppressed. We actually have a lot of privileges as women in this society, and it's just foolish to deny that. I think men have privileges, I think females have privileges. We all have privileges in our own ways. So I wanted to read some female privileges. I have a list. So we can punch or slap a man without getting hit in return. We can falsely accuse someone of rape and ruin their career or reputation. People are more inclined to help you out. For example, when your car breaks down, way more likely to get custody of children and child support, way less likely to be a victim of violent crime, more likely to die on the job, we live longer, we can get free drinks, dinners, and handouts from men. You don't have to pursue guys, they usually just come to you, and you can cry your way out of things, emotionally manipulate, where a guy would be told to man up. So these are just a few instances where females have privilege. I'm sure there's a lot more. You can add some below if you'd like, but I think it's really ridiculous, this whole male privilege stuff. Females have privileges, males have privileges. We are just different. We both have it good. I think women are now gaining more privileges than men today, so I think we just need to stop with this whole feminism nonsense. Basically, stop with the whole feminism nonsense. It's just ridiculous at this point. And then my last point, which is kind of silly, but like, seriously, look at these people. Look at these people. Do you really want to be taking relationship and life advice from these people? I don't even want to be around these people. I think my big turning point was last year when I saw how these women really acted. I saw Rutgers University trending on Facebook, and since that was the college I went to, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. So I looked and I saw these women covering themselves in red paint, screaming bloody murder. And I was like, what are they doing this for? Who is speaking that is so triggering and offensive to them? So I looked and I found Milo Yiannopoulos and I actually watched the whole speech and I was just so confused. I was like, what is so freaking offensive about anything he's saying? That's when I started going down the rabbit hole of more Milo videos, and then I came across tons and tons of feminist videos because there's like a million on YouTube. Found Lauren Southern's video, Why I'm Not a Feminist, and that put it in perspective even more, and I was just like, wow, this movement is really awful and it is doing a lot of damage to relationships, to society, to men, of course, and also to women. It's just all around not any good for society anymore. This third wave feminism is awful. So I definitely like speak out about it more. I just think it leads to bitterness, ugliness. It's just the worst. And don't be a feminist. These are only some of the reasons. I'm sure there's more reasons that I left out because there's literally a million reasons not to be a feminist. Subscribe for more videos. I will be making them soon, and see you next time.